She's made a very interesting short film, which she showed to some people of late. Anyway, and people have been liking it. It seems. Okay, but other thing that I talked about among the spot of things that you've been doing in the last 6 months, I saw this very interesting video that you had done promoting Thai kickboxing.
Yes, yes. So yeah.
When did that happen? I mean, you're a dangerous girl now.
So you know, the thing with me is whenever I involve myself with anything, I get really involved. So I initially started kickboxing as a workout routine. I started kickboxing, and luckily my trainer is India coach, and he's been 8 times Muay Thai champion himself. Okay, and because Balakrishnan Shetty, and so because Bala and I have had like such a long association now, I've been training with him for 5 years, you know, I've gotten to know a lot about that particular sport and the state of sport generally in the country. And it's really sad, you know, because except for cricket, there is no funds for anything. They generally don't come from very well off background. So if they are not working and the parents can't really support them, you know, they're just the food, because if you need to train hard, you need to eat that kind of food, you know, just the protein shakes and all, you know, those boxes cost like $6,000 and nothing is provided to them. But and when they go on international platforms to fight the other fighters, those fighters have been, you know, in camps 3 months, they do nothing, they go to a camp in Phuket and they just train. But these kids can't do that because they are training and then they're going and helping out their parents at the shop, or parents, you know, wherever, trying to do some tuitions, trying to earn some money. So now India, for the 2016 18 Olympics, right? 18 Olympics, yeah, we decided that, you know, we're going to try to get this sport a little bit into the limelight so that sponsors come in. You know, because that's how cricket makes its money. You know, like, every person who's selling anything from a phone to a, you know, lal mirch masala is putting their money on cricket. So if we try to bring a little more attention to the sport, we are not saying give money to these kids to fly business class and stay in 5-star hotels. I mean, we're just saying basic money so that they can train. They can train without worrying about finances.
I think things are looking upward. Of late, in Kabaddi has actually seen a sport.
Because, you know, somebody pushed Kabaddi. So then we decided to push. So, you know, because I am personally associated with the sport. I've been training for 5 years. So then I told, so Bala said that, you know, they had these internal championships, he being the national coach. So he was like, you know, we can like make some videos and, you know, we can promote it a little bit. So we get little audience attention, which will bring in the sponsors. So that's how that video came about. See, because if the girls just know basic kicks and punches, and you don't need to go and compete. So it's not like you need to really get the technique right and this and that. It's a great self-defense. And, you know, more than knowing the technique, see, most of the times the women don't hit back. I'm not saying that if you learn this, that some 5 guys come and I'll be able to beat them up. Maybe not. But if I give that first punch, I can buy enough time to run. And I have grown up in Delhi, you know, and I know how unsafe that city is. You know, it's
like the way people bring the Delhi reference.
It is. I mean, I'm a Delhi girl and I know how unsafe it is out there, you know. So, and I'm telling you, I would have never had the guts to like just, if like, you know, somebody messed with you. And you know how they'll touch you. And I think every Delhi girl has been molested to some degree or whatever. You know, they'll just like touch you indecently, say something, you know, whistle, pass by. But you are just like, that time you're like so scared. You're just like, okay, make this go away, and you're walking faster and just like trying to get to wherever you are. But, you know, it's like now I would have the confidence to punch. You know, 5 years ago, I didn't have it. So because you're continuously practicing, you know, if you were in a situation like that, and again, I'm saying, it's not like I can beat the crap out of a big guy, but I will shock him enough and I can buy myself time to run.
And Shah Rukh Khan also probably spoke about it.
Yes, and Shah Rukh Khan, it was so gracious of him. He actually shot a video for us, like, gratis. Like, no money. So it's not, he didn't do it as an endorsement or anything. And so, yeah, through our contacts, we sort of know him, and he just shot a video for us.
I've always wanted to ask you this. You're one of the few actresses who actually made a film debut I'm pretty late actually, because you've actually acted in television.
Yes.
Made a film there, pretty late. And you made a film maybe after you got married? Now things are changing, thankfully, because Kareena, Aishwarya, but then having said that, but how did it work out when you first actually went out and probably said, okay, I probably want to work in films, and you're married, and did people react in a different way after marriage?
See, I would say we are a different generation. We are a younger generation. We are not like, oh, we're going to put our personal life on hold because, you meet a great guy and you want to get married, and I want to get married. And how does that affect my work? I mean, it does not. So I think I think the Nagesh Kuknur is again a guy, he's lived abroad. He's away from all these Bollywood shackles of I will not work with a, married heroine and this and a married girl. I'm not going to cast her in this. And I was, so there was no, nothing that never even came up. So, I mean, I auditioned for Ashai, and I mean, I auditioned for it with, I think, thousands of girls all across the country, even though I had done, 2 huge TV shows, being the lead in both. And
which happens to be my favorite.
Yes. I remember you at the Ashai press conference, and you came up to me and said, Shelly Sahai. And I was like, and I actually turned. So I actually reacted to that name.
Well, that's a very beautiful name, actually, Shelly Sahai. I still call you by that name, I think. I still, it's a beautiful name, and that character stayed with me for quite some time. That show stayed with me for quite some time. It's a fun show.
Yeah, in fact, so many journalists that I speak to, everybody, I mean, nobody talks about, like, I've done 5 films as leads, but nobody talks about those films. Everybody talks about Hotel Kingston. So I think it was a very special show. And I have, like, even the other day, I was like, I'm going to write to the Sagars, Amrit is my friend on Facebook, and I'm going to write to him and say, let's do a sequel. Like, now we have Netflix, we can sell it to them. Like, let's go, like, international with it. Yeah.
10 years down the line. I think it's been, 10 years now?
10 years, yeah. I think, like I said, मैं किसी भी चीज़ में जब involve हो जाती हूँ ना, तो बिल्कुल उसके अंदर, like, I will go to the bottom of it. Films are like that, they're subjective. You like something, I don't like it. I like something, you don't like it.